Chuck and Sandra are role models because they show empathy to not only the children, but also to the children's parents, try to make sure that they have what they need in order to be successful. They're never too busy to take a moment to have a conversation.
We both started teaching in elementary school in the 60s. Chuck started teaching in suburban Cleveland, Ohio, and I started teaching in rural South Carolina at the time at Brushy Creek Elementary. And I say it was rural because we didn't have city water out there. So when the well pump didn't work or it was dry, we actually got to go home from school because the restrooms and the kitchen water wouldn't work.
Professionally, they've done a lot of mentoring for young teachers, grooming some in order to help encourage them to become not only professionals but even principals.
Chuck has touched the lives of so many students and teachers and administrators, community in his 50-plus years, 48 of those right here in Greenville County. He and Sandra both were extremely active in the South Carolina administration of elementary school principals.
I grew up in a family of educators. My dad was an elementary school principal, and I went to his school through 6th grade. And I began helping my dad when I was in junior high school because I had tried out for a basketball team, and I began to learn a little bit about that. And they had a basketball program in the elementary schools, so I began coaching in the mornings before school started at Inner Street and then go to school. When I was in college, I was a psychology major, and my mother said to me one day, she said, how are you going to get a job? And she said, you have to take education so you can have something to do when you get finished. And best statement probably I ever got, because I've stayed in education my whole career.
They both won awards from South Carolina for Administrators of the Year. Both Chuck and Sandra led schools who won Palmetto's Finest. That was probably my most memorable day with Chuck, was when we announced that we had won, Pelham Road School had won Palmetto's Finest. It was an exciting day to be told that we had become one of the finest in South Carolina.
Principals have an opportunity to be leaders by coaching, trying to help and see things that need to be fixed.
With principalship especially, it's really a 24/7 job because you're called at all times of the day or night. When I was at Augusta Circle and we had the furnace downstairs and we didn't have the maintenance department that we do now, whenever the furnace wasn't working, I got called, and we'd spend, at 2 or 3 in the morning, we were down there with the people, maintenance folks, working on that, or when the water pipes would burst when it was freezing cold or whatever. So we enjoyed it though, and we didn't regret it, and we didn't complain about it.
They have impacted the people and the children here, and they continue to impact them. Because I do know personally that Chuck and Sandra are keeping up with a lot of the kids, love them so much, and they did so much for them.
I think we have been proud many times of things that students have achieved that we have worked with, or that the schools have achieved. And one time, Chuck was the co-director of the Singing Christmas Tree when it went to Washington to perform at the Kennedy Center. What made you so proud is that Greenville, South Carolina had 2 full house audiences at the Kennedy Center, and they gave long standing ovations at the end of the program. And for people in that city and all over, tourists who come to Washington, that was very, very special.
I feel very fortunate for the experiences of working with elementary and then taking that knowledge and then working with fine arts high school kids and then high school kids and then to adults. And the greatest joy is going through 30-some graduations and watching students that are 17 or 18, or in the adult ed program, people in their 60s are earning a high school diploma. a goal that they had put on hold for years, and then were achieving, and the excitement in their eyes and their families' eyes for making that accomplishment was thrilling.
Chuck and Sandra's legacy is one of service, one of outstanding service to Greenville County Schools. Collectively, they have served Greenville County Schools for 98 years. That is remarkable.
That's the kind of people that Greenville County Schools Hall of Fame is supposed to be representing, the people who not only make an impact in the physical building, but outside as well.
They were energetic, enthusiastic. They worked hand in hand to serve for education of Greenville County Schools, but also for the nation.